Good morning, everyone. I am Alexander Ray, a lecturer from Pre-University Studies. I am sure that students, particularly SPM students, have returned to their schools after 4 months of break. In order to help them with the SPM preparation, Center for Pre-University Studies have come up with iTutor SPM Clinic to guide SPM 2020 candidates on how to answer Paper 2 of Biology and Chemistry. Let's start with our first section, Chemistry Series, by Madam Masita, lecturer from Pre-University Studies of MAHSA University.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. Good day, everyone. Welcome to the iTutor series on the Center for Pre-University Studies. So let me introduce myself again. My name is Madam Masita Ahmad. So for today, I will be in charge for the chemistry subjects. Okay, so let's go. So for the today's session, I will proceed with some of the questions on the paper 2. So before I proceed, so just to let you know that paper 2 consists of 3 sections. We have section A, section B, as well as section C. Okay, in the first section, which is section A, we're going to have 6 questions whereby the students or the candidates needs to answer all the 6 questions from the section A. Okay, and the second section will be section B. This section B going to consist of 2 questions, and then the candidates need to choose only 1 question. And then section C will be 2 questions provided and only answer 1 question. So without further ado, I think I will proceed with the sample of the questions so that we can learn on how to answer the questions, and then as well as you can score for the subjects. Okay. Okay, let's go for the first part. Okay, so I will move to the whiteboard so that I can explain to you on how the question is going to be and how you're going to answer the questions. Okay, so Mr. Alex, you can assist me by reading the questions.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. So basically, what we have here in the on the whiteboard, I already wrote here the P, Q, R, S, T, and U. This is the element. Okay, this is the element whereby from here, for example, I take a look here. This one, P is a symbol. Okay, now this P, we have 2. First, we have 4 and then we have 2. Okay, so this 4 and 2 represent what? Before I go to the questions, you need to know this 4 and this 2 represent what. So for example, these 2, as what you know as we have the subatomic particles. Okay, this is the particles that we have inside an element. These subatomic particles, we have 3, whereby we're going to have proton, electron, and neutron. So from this 4 represent for a proton plus a neutron. Okay, so this one we can call as nucleon. Okay, and then these 2 referring to a proton. When there is a 2 proton, means there is a 2 electron. Okay, Mr. Alex, can we go for the first question?
Okay, the first question is, what is represented by the number 17 in element U?
Element U. Element U is here, so 17. This 17 are referring to a proton or electron number. So the answer for question number 1 is electron. Okay, thank you, Mr. Alex. Can we proceed with the next question?
Yes. Question B1. Why noble gases exist as monoatomic gas?
Okay, next we go for the second part, whereby noble gases. So for your information, I think you already learned during your high school, whereby it will be considered as, you need to know the periodic table of element. Okay? Okay. So now the question are asking which element will be considered as a monoatomic gas. Okay, so when you want to do that one, you need to know the electron arrangement of the electron. So the electron arrangement, for example, we go for Q. Okay, you have 16 and then you have 8. Okay, you already know that 8 is a proton number. So when this one is a proton, is equal to the number of electron as well. So this 8, when you want to arrange the nucleus, the electron will be situated in the orbital. So what is the maximum number that you can put in the first orbital? N equal 1, maximum number of electron will be 2. And then for orbital number 2, the maximum number of electron will be 8. So let's try to arrange this 8. So how to arrange this 8? So it will come 2 and 6. So how can you know it's monoatomic when the outer electron need to be stable? So how can you know that it's stable? A stable electron configuration for monoatomic will be outer electron must be either 2 or 8. So if it's 2, it will be considered as duplex. So if it's 8, it will consider as octet. So what we need to find is the outer electron 2 or outer electron 8. So is it 2? Is it 8? No. Is it when it's not 8? It means this one not considered as inert gas or monoatomic. So it's not applicable for Q. Okay. Just take a look at the element. Okay, other element that we can refer is P. Okay, I erase this one. We go for P. P, I have 4 and then I have 2. So how can I arrange the number of proton which is equal to the number of electron? These 2 I arrange as 2. So is it considered as a duplex? Yes. So when it's considered as duplex, I can say that P is considered as monoatomic gas, which is, if you refer to periodic table, it's referring to helium. Okay, let's see, is there any other elements that will be considered as a monoatomic gas? Done with the P, let's go for the R. Okay, so when we go for the R going to have 20, 10. So which one that I'm going to arrange again? I'm not going to arrange the 20 because this 20 is not the proton number or electron number. I'm referring to 10. So how I'm going to arrange the 10? So the first orbital I can put 2. The second orbital I can put 8. 2 plus 8 will be total of 10. So now, is it considered as a stable electronic configuration? Yes. Why? Because it's an octet. So what is the 2 element that can consider as a monoatomic? For question number 2, the answer is element P and as well as element R. Why you need to put P and why you need to put R? Because this P and R is given in the statement. Okay, so what happens if you put HE? Cannot. You need to use the one mentioned in the statement. Okay, I hope it's clear until here. Okay, so I think we can move on to the next question. Mr. Alex, can you assist me with the next question, please?
Okay, the next question, C. State the position of element Q in periodic table.
Thank you. Okay, now we are referring to the element Q. This is element Q. So you have 16 and then you have 8. Like mentioned, this Q is an element, 16 is a nuclear number or mass number, and then 8 is a proton number or electron number. So a location inside a periodic table is determined by the proton number or the electron number. Means when you already arrange the 8, then we will know what is the location inside the periodic table. So this 8 we try to arrange. Then you already know the first orbital maximum is 2 electrons. And then the second orbital, the maximum is 8 electrons. So let's try to arrange. This 8, you will get 2 and 6. So from here, how can you know the location? If you take a look here, what is the valence electron, valence shell electron? The valence shell electron is equal to 6. So 6 we'll make it as group 16. So you can say as group 16. For SPM, since we include the transition element as the numbering, we will consider as 16. But for the IGCSE, we will use as 6. Okay, because for IGs, they doesn't include the 10 transition elements inside the calculations of the group number. Okay, so this one in terms of group. So now you already know the location is group 16. So how about the period, which is how about the color? In Malay, we call as color. In English, we call as determined on how many orbital that the electron arrangement. Okay, how many orbital? First orbital, second orbital. So when you have these two, means you can say it's period number 2. So answering that third question, so the location is at group 16 as well as period 2. Okay? Until here, clear? Okay. Can we go for the next question, Mr. Alex?
Sure. Okay, question D1. Choose 2 elements from diagram 2 that can form ionic compound.
Okay, good. So, next question is already related with different topics, whereby the topics related with the chemical bonding. So, as you know, there is 2 types of chemical bonding. In order for you to answer that question, you need to know a bonding, a type of bond that we are able to form. Okay, type of bond that we have 2 types, whereby we can have, we call as covalent bond, another one we call as ionic bond. Okay, students, so this is time for you to recall what you already learned before. So, ionic bond and covalent bond. So, what is the different thing between these two? So, ionic bond consists of combination of when the bond formed between a metal and non-metal. So when you are talking about metal and non-metal, you should know the location of the metal and non-metal inside the predictor. Okay? So how about covalent? Covalent between non-metal and non-metal. Okay, that one is for covalent. Let's go for ionic. When metal and non-metal combine together or making a bond, what are the movement of the electron will be? For ionic, it will be donate and accept. Whereby when someone gives, there will be someone that accepting or taking the electron. Okay, how about covalent? Covalent will be sharing electron. Okay, why electron? This one also donate and accept electron. Why we are referring to the electron? Because electron is the one in the orbital. So the movement must relate with the electron. Okay, so now back to the question. They are asking about what are 2 elements that can combine in order to form the ionic bond. Okay, so first you need to know which group it's located, because when you know the group, then you know whether it's a metal or non-metal. Okay, metal is 1, 2, and then 4, 5, 6 is considered as a non-metal. Okay, so I will just erase on the covalent part. Okay, and then I go for the ionic part because the question referring to the ionic. Okay, now, so you need to identify which one is metal, which one is non-metal. Remember before this, we have a questions on the monoatomic gas. Monoatomic gas is item number P or element P as well as element R. So when element P and element R already considered as noble gases, you cannot include in the ionic or covalent bond. Why? Because it's already stable and no need to make any bond. So now your option, you have Q, you have S, you have T, and then you have U. Okay, let's make the electron arrangement for each element. So Q, 8. When you have 8, how can you make the arrangement of the electron? So it will be 2 and 6. How about S, 11? You will have 2, 8, 1. How about T? T, you're going to have 2, 8, 2. And then how about U? You're going to have 2, 8, 7. So in order for you to know whether it's ionic or covalent, you need to know whether it's a metal or non-metal. So how can you know it's a metal or non-metal? You just take a look at the valence shell electron. Okay, 6 means this one is a non-metal. Okay, how can you know? It's related back with the knowledge or the understanding in the predictable chapter. Okay, group 1, sorry, considered as a metal. Okay, this one as well, metal. This one as well, non-metal. Okay, now you already have this one whereby you need to find a combination of a metal and non-metal. For example, I want to do for metal and non-metal, between S and between U. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to have, can I erase this one? Okay. Okay, go back to the question. So I have S and then I have U. So this one, S, going to have one valence electron. Okay, I make it S cross. And then this U, I have how many valence electron? I have 7. So if this one I already make a cross, this one I make it dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so in order to make it stable, how many that I need? I need 8. So S, either S to give to U or to U give to S. For sure, movement of electron will be easier, will be here, because here is one electron move only. So this S will donate to U. Okay, so once donate means no more, right? Okay, so what happened to this S? S already donate, so means it's already become positive. And then U already accept will become negative. Okay, this is not answering the question yet because the question states as, what is the question again, Mr. Alex?
Ionic compound.
Ionic compound. Which element can form ionic compound? Which is element S and U. That's one example. Other than that, there is no other, there is other answer as well referring to this. Okay, so this question you can have more than one answer depending on the electron arrangement. Okay, can we go for the next question, Mr. Alex?
Sure. Okay, the next question. Write chemical formula for the compound formed in D1.
Okay, just mentioned just now, I already said that the element that will form the ionic bond is S and U. So when I say is S and U, so means the chemical formula for this will be SU. That will be the answer. Why? Because it's one positive and one negative. Okay? So your answer here for the next question will be referring to which element that you choose. Okay? Can we go for the next question, Mr. Alex?
Sure. The next question. Explain how elements that you have chosen in D1 can form an ionic compound.
Okay, so I already draw here the ionic bond that form between the S and U. So what's going to happen is, okay, how can I explain the ionic bond that form? S donate one electron and forming, this is what we call as what? S donate one electron forming the positive we call as cation. Okay, and then U accepting one electron, this one considered as N. So the question is 3 marks. So what I'm going to say is element S donate one electron and form a cation. That one is my first mark. My second mark will be U accepting one electron and form anion. That one is my second mark. And my third mark is the form or the bond that formed using the electrostatic force. Okay, so I think that's all for my session for chemistry part for this iTutor. Okay, so this is just in case if you need more assistance in this paper too, as well as other papers for chemistry. Okay, feel free to join our online classes. Okay, so thank you. Then we proceed with the biology. Thank you, Mr. Alex. Go back to you.
Right, thank you. Any comment section box. Series will be presented by Miss Noor Laila, biology lecturer from Center for Pre-University Studies from MAHSA University.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning everyone. Welcome to you can call me Miss Laila or Teacher Laila. So today I'm going to have a sharing session with you guys, which is regarding the subject biology, paper 2. Okay, so before we go to the how to answer the questions, okay, so let us recap the format for paper 2 questions. Okay, so basically paper 2, the durations is 2 hours and 30 minutes, and we have two parts, which is section A and also section B. Okay, so for section A, we have 5 subjective questions where you need to answer all the questions. So that one carry 60 marks. After that, we have section B, which is 4 essay questions. You can choose 2 out of 4 questions, alright? So that one carry 40 marks. So overall marks for paper 2 is 100 marks. Okay, so after this, I'm going to share with you guys, okay, on how to answer the questions. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm sure that you can see from the screen, okay, question 1, which is the question is, what's the question once again, Mr. Alex?
Cross-section of dicot.
This one is regarding the dicot stem. Okay, so for the dicot stem, you can see the cross-section where the vascular vessel over here, okay, it's arranged in ring. Okay, so when the vascular bundle over here arranged in ring, so that means this one is dicot. However, if that one is monocot, the vascular bundle will be scattered in the around the cross section. Okay, so the first question is, can you read the question for me?
The first question is, name the level of organization of X.
Okay, so for that one, okay, you need to X. So that one, X compromise the inside of the cross section. So X is organ. Okay, why it is organ? Because organ is made up from, okay, inside here we have the xylem tissue and phloem tissue. So basically X is organ. Okay, so moving on to the next question.
Okay, next question, name the structures P, Q, R, 3 marks.
Okay, so for this one, contain 3 marks. Okay, so you need to name the structure of each component. So P basically you can see from the question, which is the outermost layer. So P is the epidermis tissue, right? So this is 1 mark. Okay, second one is, if I'm not mistaken, is the vascular bundle. Okay, all right. So this one also 1 marks. And for R, so R is over here in the middle. So this one is ground tissue. Okay, so this is how you can get the marks. So in biology, it is very important for you guys to understand, okay, the picture, what the picture is about, the labeling and so on. Okay, because for the first question, is basically you need to know in terms of the structure, the labeling. So this is how you can get the marks. Okay, okay. Moving on to the next question, Alex.
Okay, next question. Structure B is the outermost layer of X. Explain the characteristics of structure P. 3 marks.
Okay, so structure P, this one, 3 marks. Okay, so we already stated that structure P is the epidermis tissue. Okay, so you need to explain the characteristic. Okay, the first one, the first characteristic is the epidermis tissue. So it contains waxy cuticle layer. Okay. So what is the functions of waxy cuticle layer? So waxy cuticle layer, so the function is to prevent the loss of water. To prevent the loss of water. So this one is the first point, okay, the characteristic. Okay, for the second one, what is another characteristic for the epidermis tissue? Okay, you can write, for example, epidermis, this one, the cell, okay, so the cell in epidermis is very thin. Okay, so the cell in epidermis are very thin. So this one is for exchange of gases. Okay, so you can write like this, right? So this one marks. So this one also another 1 marks. Okay, thus you can give example. Okay, for example, you can write stomata. So stomata is located at the epidermis layer. Okay, so stomata. Okay, sorry, I think I'm going too fast. I'm going to slow down a little bit. Okay, so for example is stomata. Stomata you can find at the epidermis layer. Okay, so and then stomata, the function is for exchange of gases where they are going to release the oxygen and take in carbon dioxide. Okay, alright. Can we move on to the next question, Sir Alex?
Sure. C1. Name two tissues that form structure Q which involved in transportation.
Okay, so your structure Q is the vascular tissue, and you need to identify what is the two tissue, right, inside the vascular tissue. So your answer should be, this one is xylem. So your answer should be xylem, and another one is phloem. Okay, so here is the xylem and phloem. In the middle here, we call it as a vascular ganglion. Okay, so that will be the answer. Okay, next question, Sir Alex.
Okay, next question. Diagram 1.2 shows the part of a span of 3 rings where the ring of bulk has been removed. From the question, predict the condition at S and T after 1 month.
Okay, so for this question, okay, so this is the picture where in the middle, the stem part, the ring part have been removed, okay? So after 1 month, you need to identify what's going to be happen at this side and this side. Okay, so you can write at S, this part is going to swell. Okay, you can write, for example, swell, or another one, you can write the diameter will be increased, alright? Okay, so that one is for S. For T, okay, the answer will be the diameter will be reduced. Okay, will be reduced. Okay, so the next question is you need to explain why does this happen. Okay, why structure S swell? So later it will become like this, swelling, because on top we have leaf. Okay, so leaf will undergo the process of photosynthesis. So we are going to produce the food, which is the organic substance, alright? Okay, for example, sucrose and so on. So that organic substance, they are going to move and flow into the phloem. Okay, so the functions of the phloem is to transport the organic substance. Okay, so when the ring part of the bulk has been removed as well. So the sucrose, which is the organic substance, will swell over here. Okay, so it will disrupt the movement of the organic substance downwards. So this one will swell and the diameter will be increased. However, for this part, since there is no organic substance, okay, so the diameter will. So this is the overall explanations that you can write in your answer sheets. Okay, moving on to the next question. So Alex, can you read it for me?
Sure. Diagram 2.1 shows a reaction of enzyme R on substrate P. 2A, name substrate P and enzyme R.
Substrate P and also enzyme
R.
Enzyme R. Okay, so I think you can see clearly from the picture. Okay, so substrate P will be like this, okay, and then you need enzyme R. Okay, so for substrate P, this one is disaccharide. Okay, why disaccharide? Di means 2, so it makes up from 2 monosaccharide. So the product later, it will become monosaccharide, okay, which is the glucose and also galactose. Alright, so you need to identify what is substrate P. Okay, so for substrate P, This one, as the product is glucose and galactose, substrate P will be, the answer will be lactose. Okay, and then what is enzyme R? Enzyme R, the name is lactase. Okay, because lactase is needed to break down lactose into the simpler form, which is monosaccharide. Okay, so the product is glucose and galactose. Okay, for example, enzyme, usually we have ASE at the end. For example, cellulose amylase, lipase, and so on. Alright, okay, so what's the next question?
Okay, the next question shows a reaction of enzyme R on substrate P. Based on the reaction, explain process Q.
Okay, so here is process Q. Okay, you need to explain what is process Q. So actually, process Q is process. Okay, hydrolysis process. So this means forget to add water over here. Okay, so process Q is hydrolysis. What is hydrolysis? So basically, hydrolysis is a chemical reaction where it's going to break down the larger molecule. Okay, break down the larger molecule into simplest form. Okay, by adding water. Okay, so may I know what is the mark? 3
marks.
Okay, so first hydrolysis is 1 mark. Okay, second one, you need to explain the process, which is break down the larger molecule. This one contain two monosaccharide bind together by adding water, so it become monosaccharide over here. And then another one, you can add the example. So example here, which is you can write the example. Disaccharide is the larger molecule. Okay, so it will break down into monosaccharide. Okay, so namely monosaccharide is glucose and galactose. So that is how you can get the 3 marks. So the process, name the process, hydrolysis, and then you need to explain what is the process. Okay, breaking down the larger molecule into simplest form by adding water. And the example is this one. Okay, so disaccharide, the larger molecule break down into monomer, which is glucose and galactose. Okay, so can we move to the next question? Okay, so I need to clean up this one first before we go to the next question. Okay, so basically next question is related to enzyme. Okay, so Alex, can you read for me the question?
Okay, explain why enzyme R only acts on substrate P as shown at stage 2 in diagram 2.2.
So why enzyme R
act only on substrate P?
Act only on substrate
P.
Okay, substrate P. Alright, so I think you can see from the question. Okay, so why enzyme R is only act on substrate P? It is because enzyme, they are very specific. Okay, so enzyme is very specific. Okay, so and then the structure of the substrate P must complement with the active site of the enzyme. So only substrate P can fit on the active site of the enzyme. Okay, so please make sure you remember that enzyme is very specific. Okay, so substrate P, they need to bind with the active site of the enzyme. So only substrate P can fit on the active site. So this one 2 marks if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so moving on to the next question.
Okay, next question. Only a small quantity of enzyme R is needed in the reaction. Explain why.
Okay, this the next question is 2 marks. Why we need enzyme in a very small quantity? Okay, the first one is because enzyme is not being used up. Okay, so enzyme is not being used up. Okay, but it will release. The product. Okay. And then another one is enzyme can be reused. Okay, enzyme can be reused. Okay, which is the same enzyme can be reused over and over again and then it will subject P will bind with the enzyme and then produce the product. So the keyword is the enzyme is not being used up, okay, but it releases the product, and enzyme also can be reused multiple times. Okay, so that is why we need enzyme in a very small quantity. Okay, so the next one, Sir Alex.
Okay, the next question, explain how the presence of molecule X affects the reaction of enzyme R with substrate P. 3 marks.
Okay, so for this one, the next question is 3 marks. So you need to identify what is molecule X. So basically molecule X, you can write the first one is molecule X is inhibitor. Okay, so molecule X is inhibitor. So this molecule X, it will compete with substrate P. So you can write molecule X will compete with substrate P for the active site of the enzyme. For the active site of the enzyme. Okay. And can you repeat this question once again? Sorry.
How the presence of molecule X affect the reaction of enzyme R.
Okay, so molecule X is the inhibitor, so it will compete with the substrate for the active site, and then the enzyme reaction will slow down. Okay, enzyme reaction will slow down or stop. Okay, so this is how you can get the marks. Okay, 1 mark, so this one also 1 mark, and this one also 1 mark. Okay, so do you have any other question? Okay, alright, I think that's all from my part. If you have, if you would like to ask more questions, you can comment, okay, in the live sessions. Okay, so back to the moderator. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Laila, for a brief explanation on Biology Paper 2. With that, we have come to the end of today's series. If you have any questions regarding how to answer in depth of the questions, do not forget to visit our MAHSA official MAHSA University page to get more updates on the online courses available. With that, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.